This program is rated PG. It contains themes and scenes which may not be suitable for very young audiences. Parental guidance is advised.
This program is supported by Globe Business. BMEG Premium at Protect Plus Gold. Sama-sama sa laban, walang iwanan. PETRON, REV-X fully synthetic diesel engine oil. The power that persists.
Welcome to Open for Business. Mapapanood nyo rin ang programang OFB sa Facebook at YouTube. Mag-like at mag-subscribe sa aming social media at Net25TV. I am Cesar Vallejos. Welcome to Open for Business. Samahan ninyo kaming tuklasin ang iba't ibang pamamaraan kung paano mapapaunlad ang inyong negosyo. Aalamin din natin mula sa mga eksperto ang mga pangunahing trends at mga estratehiya kung paano natin mapapanatili ang negosyo, maliit man o malaki, ay maging laging open for business. Sa pagpasok ng Delta variant dito sa Pilipinas, tumataas ang kaso ng COVID-19 araw-araw. Government restrictions like ECQ and now MECQ are put in place to prevent further infections. Ito ay nakakaapekto sa mga small business owners dahil limitado ang paggalaw ng mga tao. The auto retail industry is part of the MSME sector. How has it fared during the pandemic? In this episode, we'll find out how the owners of an auto dealership are adapting to the changing times. Tatalakayin natin ito kasama ang ating mga bisitang sina IQ at Ia Prado mula sa EMC Prado Auto Inc. All these in this episode of Open for Business.
This portion is brought to you by Globe Business.
Sa panahon na laganap ang mga sakit, katuwang nyo ang BMEG Premium at Protect Plus Gold. Gawa sa state-of-the-art facilities ang BMEG Premium Feeds. Kaya ito ay safe, sanitized, and hygienic. Walang dalang sakit, certified, malinis, sariwa at sigurado. At para laging malinis ang paligid, gumamit ng Protect Plus Gold. Isang safe broad-spectrum disinfectant na pumapatay ng mga virus, bacteria at fungi. BMEG Premium at Protect Plus Gold. Sama-sama sa laban, walang iwanan.
Sa pagpasok ng Delta variant dito sa Pilipinas, tumataas ang kaso ng COVID-19 araw-araw. Government restrictions like ECQ and now MECQ are put in place to prevent further infections. Ito ay nakakaapekto sa mga small business owners dahil limitado ang paggalaw ng mga tao. In this episode, we'll find out how the owners of an auto dealership are adapting to the changing times. Tatalakayin natin ito kasama ang ating mga bisitang sina IQ at Ia Prado mula sa EMC Prado Auto Inc.
Every day we still learn. Every day we try to innovate. We try to pivot small to the left, small to the right, to be able to press the right buttons.
Don't be afraid to invest at this time. And always look at the customer.
All these in this episode of Open for Business. Open for Business is back, and with me is IQ and Ia Prado, owners of EMC Prado Auto Incorporated. How are you, IQ and Ia?
Go ahead.
Hello. Good day, everybody. Thanks for having us.
Good day. We're good. Thank you for having us here.
It's very interesting, IQ and Ia, that with the pandemic, small businesses like you and including your segment in the market is thriving. I mentioned off-cam earlier, sinabi ko kanina doon sa bago tayo nag-interview, bago ito sa off-cam natin, I checked your website and your business is into luxury cars. So, ang isa sa mga ipinagtataka natin ngayon, katulad ng mga ibang businesses, we never realized na pupunta tayo sa pandemyang ito at halos lahat ay nakasarado dahil sa ECQ, MECQ, at ang mga sasakyan, transportation was also put on hold. So, how has the pandemic affected your business?
Okay, ito po yung sasagot nito, katanungan yung katanungan ni Sir Cesar. Naapektuhan po yung aming negosyo sa pamamaraan po ng before the pandemic, pagka meron po kami mga kliyente or mga buyers na gusto pong makita ang mga sasakyan or gusto pong mag-purchase sa amin, usually they would come to us, come to the office, or makipag-set sila ng meeting sa kung may pwede makipag-set sa kanila, or even go to their respective homes. So, ngayon pong hindi po inaasahang pangyayari na nagkaroon po tayo ng pandemya, naapektuhan po kami dito sa aspeto na ito na hindi po lahat ng aming mga kliyente at yung mga buyers natin ay kayang gawin ang the usual na pamamaraan po ng pagbili o ng pagtingin ng sasakyan. So ito po ang naging challenge sa amin itong pandemya nito.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'd like to ask Iya on that part kasi definitely there are changes in the way we do business. Like as IQ mentioned, before the pandemic, people have to see it, touch the product, diba? See it for themselves. Like say, for example, if that's a car, they have to test drive it. They have to touch the leather seats, and really look at the colors, and all that. Doon sa business ninyo, ano sa palagay mo ang mga pagbabago pang nakita ninyo na palagay mo ay magiging normal na sa larangan ng industriya na ito?
Yeah. I think for our customers, before IQ mentioned that they had time to come, we had a lot of senior customers also, they didn't want to, but they needed a car or needed to sell a car. So we had to find creative ways to engage the customer and really be in touch with them. So we started to send the cars to them so they could view the cars themselves. We had a tow truck and it would be there. They can open it, touch it, like you said, but no one would be there except the driver of the tow truck and then just on the phone with the salesperson, and we would just do everything via a video call. Our videos in Facebook, in Instagram, it had to change because we had to show more of the inside and the sound of the car and everything. So the customer experience had to turn everything to be online. And so extra work also for the salespeople because they had to talk more on the phone and maybe answer messages more quickly because there's less face-to-face time. So extra effort also on their part, on our part, everyone's part actually, to really be in touch with the customer at this time.
We were talking off cam earlier, IQ and Iya, na 'di ba pag mga pandemic na ganito, yung luxury items agad ang unang mawawala sa listahan mo. I'm sure with women, 'di ba, parang from bags to shoes. So bago nila uunahin 'yon, mauuna muna yung food. So it's really surprising that when our partner Globe Business mentioned that you will be with Open for Business, I was a little intrigued because luxury cars may not necessarily be the hot item at this time, but you were can you give me a walkthrough, maybe IQ and Iya, on what was your learning on this? Kasi nung pumunta naman ako sa website nyo, sabi ko nga talagang gusto ko nang bumili, mag-try ng luxury car. So can you give me your insights on what happened during this pandemic?
Okay. Nung nagsimula po yung pandemic, nobody expected it. Kinabahan po kami. To tell you honestly, kinabahan po ako. I was telling my wife, I was having sleepless nights and hindi isip ko what's gonna happen. Luxury, I don't think will be very relevant during this time because alam mo yun, people would want to save their money. Alam mo yun, hindi natin malam. It's like a war na it's really like an invisible war na itong nangyayari sa atin ngayon. So, mas maganda yung liquid tayo kaysa bumili tayo ng luxury. So, surprisingly, Cesar, I think, no, with the luxury vehicles mga binibenta namin, I think the clientele that we had for these cars, I would use the word na parang they had more time. They had more time to lurk. They had more time to check or mag-inquire sa mga bagay na ito. And I would use the parang pang nabobore sila na this is happening and I really wanted to do something. And yung behavior na yon, it's not just with the part, no? Even with I have friends who have other businesses which is luxury as well, luxury watches, luxury bags, used ones, and these are the ones that are moving now. So, I mean, wala po akong masabi, mahal po tayo ng Diyos, and until now, it's continuing. We've been seeing yung sa side po ng mga brand new vehicles, nakikita po namin na there is medyo nagkakaroon po ng pagbagal po sa side ng negosyo nila, and they are also nagbabawas po sila ng production, no, with the brand new vehicles. And we don't see that in the used car market now, which is kami po, naghahanap pa po kami ng pwede namin makuha with the dealerships. Usually we work with them with their trade-in vehicles. And yes, wala po kami masabi pero I think we're still blessed na yun po yung nagiging reaction ng negosyo dito po sa pandemic.
And I think that is one good insight that other small businesses should learn. And what is also surprising, I think based on what you said, Iya, that and a lot of CEOs that I have interviewed here, talagang sila nagbabawas din ng mga tao, nagtanggal ng tao kahit masama sa loob nila, ayaw nila, but napilitan sila. I think my question is for IQ. Kayo ba, naranasan nyo rin ba ito? Parang were you able in your span, I think magto 2 years na tayong na-experience yung ganito. Pero kayo ba talagang did you reduce your staff already? Or kumbaga parang pinabakasyon nyo ba muna yung iba? So how is managing people? How is laying off? How is making sure that health and safety protocols are observed in your company, IQ?
Okay. Cesar, at first, nung nagsimula yung pandemic, and it was running in my head already, paano namin sustain ang pag-sweldo sa mga tao kung hindi kami maka-off? So at first, what I told Iya, sabi ko, Iya, whatever we do, we will do everything to keep everybody on board. So kahit hindi tayo tumatakbo, what should we do? So we just want to share something with you, Cesar, that sabi ko, ikutin lang natin dito sa house natin. Tingnan natin if we have things that that is of may value siya, and it's something na you think that we can sell this and maybe pagtutulungan natin para maipasweldo natin sa mga tao. That's what we did. So we looked at old cell phones. We have old watches that we were not using. And some were able to gather together. And I think the first and second month of the pandemic, we were able to cover that span talaga na we were closed, hindi kami mag-operate. And After namin po nagawa yun, and that was the time na we had an enlightenment na I think the luxury segment was moving and we were having inquiries. Today, from the time that we did that, wala pa po na kasama kami sa office. And the business, it might be not super strong, but we are running. And I think during this time, ito pong pandemic nito, as long as you have everybody on board, your business is running, and we're eating as a family, I think that's enough.
Wow, that's well said. I think that is also the reason why Globe Business has, chosen a business like you, because as Globe Business has been spousing Saludo SMEs. Kumaga, this is really, this opportunity is to really honor SMEs for your resilience, and also giving job opportunities to a lot of people, because we know that there's a lot of small businesses already that have closed their operations, and these are the opportunities where, sabi nga nila, small businesses and even big corporations like Globe Business would really want to help small businesses to prosper and continue. And I think Globe Business is doing that, which leads me to my question. Nakikita namin na with your partnership, IQ and IA, you have a very solid partnership as partners, not only in life but in business. Pero gaano ba ka-importante sa inyo ang paghahanap din ng right partner, like technology partner, for example? With our partnership with Globe Business, gaano ka-importante ang digitalization? Kasi nagbago na nga yung business model. Lahat gusto tumingin na sa Facebook, tumingin na online. So how can you cite ways on how digitalization, going online, getting your business across digital channels, and how is Globe Business helping you in your conduct of your business?
Yeah. Okay, I'll answer that. For us, as a business, yung understanding namin about digitization and what it was pre-pandemic times, it was like online banking and all that. But I think it really forced us to really think about the strategy of how we would like to implement and operate the business from our house or from an employee's home while we were all in journey. We had to think of this strategy. So what we did really was, number one, our priority was connectivity. We had to be online all the time. We had to make sure that everybody had access to a cell phone or data, a computer. Everybody needed that. So we had to give everybody their devices. And then next is we had to migrate a lot of our operations online. So even like semi-online, because we had to minimize traveling face-to-face. So finding a partner for that was because my office was already working with Globe, and we had a really very good experience with them. And the relationship was really tested because from the ECQ, I already called Globe for their help to like change a phone or give a line to some of our employees, make sure we had internet connection in our satellite office that we had to move in because our old office had to close because it was inside a residential subdivision. None of the staff were allowed to come in. So nag-MECQ, nag-GCQ, we had to suddenly move to this new place and I needed internet and everything. And I think the responsiveness of that partner and yung pagka-savvy, of course, they have to be able to give that to us. So I got a call from Glow Business with her relationship manager. And she, at the time, she offered us Consulta MD, which was like a teleconsult service at a super reasonable price, which was free for a few months, and then we subscribed to it for the rest. And I think that giving that to employees really just gave them some sort of security, safety, because not all of us have access to, let's say, an HMO or a doctor nearby.
Yes.
So I think for for a simple cold, or your child has a fever or something, they were able to use it. And I would ask them for their feedback, and I think they were very happy with it.
Wow, wow, that's interesting. Sa'yo, Iya, with the many challenges that you and the IQ have experienced, ano yung mga tips mo din na pwede mo i-share sa mga small businesses katulad ng mga nanonood ngayon?
I think for us, what we can share na advice sa mga small businesses is that don't be afraid to invest at this time. And always look at the customer, look to the market. You will see the insight there for as long as you look at the market. Don't look at earning each peso. But if you look at what the customer wants and you try your best to respond to that, you try your best to cater your business into something that is relevant to them, I think that it will have its payback, ROI, as your investment. And investment doesn't need to be expensive. It can be time, it can be in people, or in tech, or in business partners. So it can be many things.
Wow.
So don't be afraid.
Oh, interesting. Now, my last question is for IQ. Marami din na mga kauri ang inyong negosyo na ganito. Pero ano ang dapat nilang hanapin? What are those characteristics or traits or qualities that they should look for supplier when they're looking for used cars or pre-loved cars? Ano yung dapat nilang isipin na kapag bibili ka, ito yung na dapat kumontak ka, because everybody's online. Sabi nyo nga, parang people have more time now to look online, search the internet, and look for these items. They're more they can ask more questions, di ba? And they have the luxury of time, to go into this and invest. Ano ang dapat nilang hanapin? Ano na yung mga red flags naman na dapat na silang kabahan kapag hindi na tama yung kanilang nako-contact? IQ.
Okay. Cesar, with regards to that one, I think my advice for people who would search cars or even try to communicate with car dealers, make sure lang na when you look for dealerships or car dealers whom you would want to inquire with, tingnan niyo lang din yung how they communicate with you. I think the main thing here is the communication on how they will attend to your needs, how they will entertain your inquiries. Because in this way, marami rin kasi ngayon sa social media, sa mga different avenues and platforms, hindi lahat are legit. And I really think that in this way, talagang hindi natin maiwasan na meron talagang mga taong na nag-i-inquire na nagkakaroon sila, nagkakamali sila sa pag-inquire at naloloko sila. But I really think it would really depend on how dealers or how the inquiries are going to be answered. So my advice is find find people or dealerships who would answer these questions properly and would address you that kailangan.
Wow, these are really great insights, IQ and Iya, and thank you very much for sharing the challenges, your experiences, and I hope that I'm sure that a lot of your insights will be applied by the small businesses who are watching us right now, and I hope that we can really guest you again in the future so that we will know more about the business and how you will be able to continue your efforts and how you respond to the many challenges during the pandemic. That's IQ and Iya Prado, owners of EMC Prado Auto Incorporated. Open for Business will be back. Stay tuned for business news with our correspondent Randy Bernardino. He's now in the Philippines. Open for Business will be back. Stay with us.
This portion is brought to you by North Luzon Express Terminal.
PETRON REV-X fully synthetic diesel engine oil has dynamic cleaning technology. Let me show you. It removes all that engine oil buildup, all that nasty dirt, giving your engine true maximum power. So you can unlock maximum engine performance. Get the engine oil that offers maximum cleaning power. PETRON REV-X fully synthetic diesel engine oil, the power that persists.
Start your day right! Tara na! Simula na ang excitement and happiness kada umaga.
Open for Business is back, and our term of the week is line of credit. From Investopedia, a line of credit or LOC is a preset borrowing limit that can be tapped into at any time. The borrower can take money out as needed until the limit is reached, and as money is repaid, it can be borrowed again in the case of an open line of credit. An LOC is an arrangement between a financial institution, usually a bank, and a client that establishes the maximum loan amount the customer can borrow. The borrower can access funds from the line of credit at any time as long as they do not exceed the maximum amount or credit limit set in the agreement. Today, we learned that small business owners need to adapt to the changing times. When faced with an unexpected situation like enhanced community quarantine, MSMEs must be creative in order to continue their operations. Some businesses have experienced failure while others have attained success. One strategy that has worked in the auto retail industry was the pivot to digital transformation. In the new normal, digital technology has been the key for car sales to continue during the pandemic. And with that, our quote of the week is from the founder of the Porsche car company, Mr. Ferdinand Porsche. If one does not fail at times, then one has not challenged himself. Maraming salamat sa inyong panonood ng Open for Business. Thank you to our correspondent Randy Bernardino, our guests from EMC Prado Auto Inc., and our partner Globe Business. Samahan ninyo kaming muli sa Open for Business sa susunod na linggo. Learn more insights from CEOs, thought leaders, industry experts, and SMEs promoting business development in the Philippines, keeping you informed and open for business, and be ahead of the curve from vision to action. Panoorin din ang programang OFB sa Facebook at YouTube. Mag-like at mag-subscribe sa aming social media at Net25 TV. Para sa Open for Business, ko po si Cesar Vallejos. We live in interesting times.
This program is supported by Globe Business. BMEG Premium at Protect Plus Gold. Sama-sama sa laban, walang iwanan. PETRON REV-X fully synthetic diesel engine oil. The power that persists.